Good morning, it's 8:30 on Friday. And there are things that should be talked about. I've cultivated so many visual references and trinkets and icons and symbols and colors and textures and all lights and all of that, to the point where it becomes a very big thing. And I'm not saying I am above algorithms, because I think nobody is. If we're all on our phones, we're all susceptible to whatever algorithms are showing us. That being said, I think I'm aware of those things a little bit. So, and there's a lot of things that my algorithms show me. And for a while, I was working within just one color, and I was just making crazy outfits and silhouettes and doing many things with just one color, just the whole monochrome thing. It did reflect my depression, to be honest. And in the past 2 years, I've been cultivating a shrine of some sort dedicated to all of those things. Things is a good way of saying it, honestly. All of those things that have had any aesthetic impact on me right now or in the past. And I do think that the past is a very valuable thing. And I do think that my way of writing history and writing art history isn't through actual writing, it's through aesthetics. Because the writing of history is a really tricky thing. Because we're all trying to be really impartial, and we're trying to distance ourselves and be just we're not trying to be people. What I'm learning every day is that I'm an artist. It's a dreadful thought to have after years of just being told that I'm an intellectual, because I am not. I'm fucking not.
I'm not.
So the past 2 years, it's literally all started with a Pinterest board. And at the time, I was really into like textile artwork and all of those like textures and all of those colors that are brought together. It's a really beautiful thing. So it started with that, and it became so like convoluted, especially like, you know, after 2 years. There's more than 3K pins on there, and the word that came to me 2 years ago was patchwork, because like all of those things together, like it does evoke the patchwork, and I think quilts are gorgeous and beautiful. And I think that all of those things and all of those colors, it all emulates the things we see in nature, but on crack. And that's not to say that this whole aesthetic doesn't have like pictures. Like it doesn't, like it does have like nature as a fucking reference, because nature is a very strange entity and mix of entities. Like you see weird things in nature, and I think that when art takes inspiration from nature, it's exactly as it should be. Yeah. It's not, it's I don't think it is one aesthetic. I think it's a mix of all of those aesthetics. It's kind of born of a feeling of being just lost in an era where everything is so small, and every single like trend and visual reference stays around for not long. And you know, like I'll take for example fucking polka dots. They became a big thing like in spring, and they're even bigger now. And I'm glad for it. I'm glad for it, because since January, I've been looking everywhere for polka dots, and I couldn't find shit. Now like it's everywhere. So I've been like thrifting a bunch of like shit with polka dots, and I'm very happy. I do know, however, that these hoes gonna end up in a landfill or in a thrift. I'll be very happy when that happens. But that aside, all I'm saying is, like, all of those micro trends, I'm not spitting on them. I think it's a beautiful thing that like time and culture are like becoming something like amalgamas, and it's all moving so fast. But my idea is that we should take all of those things in mindfully, instead of like trying to like emulate whatever is shown to us. Just be mindful. It's not something that I struggle with. I know it's something that's a lot of people struggle with. It's like, do I want this, or do I want people to know that I own this? That's not something I relate to, because I mean, have you seen all of my fucking trinkets? I will die with my trinkets. I will die with all of those fucking trinkets. I will die with my plushies. Those things are part of me, and they've been part of me for fucking years. Like, ever since I was a fucking baby. Like, when I was 8, I had so many like Hello Kitty figures. And look at me now. This is the same girl but on crack. I am the same girl from 08. I'm the same girl but on crack and with money. It's about being authentic, and it's not about like being on a high horse, like, oh, like I'm fucking unique, and like you guys all follow trends and blah blah blah, and you're destroying the earth, and I'm because look at me and all of my fucking shit. I am actively contributing to the decay of this planet, and here I am talking about nature. We have got to accept that we are hypocritical. This aesthetic is hypocritical. It is a paradox, and it is fucking human. It is fucking human. And I keep calling it an aesthetic, but beyond the aesthetic, it is a philosophy that I've curated on my own. It's the idea of a shrine and materialism and maximalism and excess, and all of that in the service of personal expression. It's all about finding yourself in everything that's around you, and it's about reclaiming the museum, which is, to me, a lot of times a problematic institution. I don't like museums. Sue me. We should have never evolved past the French Salon. Have you seen sketches of French salons? It was like artwork, just like on top of like, walls littered with artwork. Now you step into a museum and it is so boring. And there's like a mean person following you around. You step into a museum and you're trying to look at art because you're human and art is human, and there's mean people glaring at you and following you around, and if you take one wrong step they're gonna yell at you, and if you take out your fucking phone to take a picture they yell at you. One day we will talk about that time I worked in a museum and it was the most distressful time of my life. I'll say I do not like museums right now. At least here, right now. What I'm getting at is collecting things is fun to do. It is a reflection of who I am and all the things that make me me, and it is all about wonder and marvel at the beauty and the love and all the goodness and kindness and sunlight that the world has to offer, because it exists no matter how much evil there is and will be in the world. See, because I'll be talking to some people and some things are the end of the world to them, and all I have to do is take a step back and be like, the sun is fucking up. The sun is up. The sun is up. There are birds outside. Birds. They sing and they fly. Beautiful. It's all about stepping outside and taking in every single fucking detail. There's a fence and you see a ladybug just chilling on the fence, and then you see a ginger pigeon, and there is a snail on the ground. And the vibrant green trees against the blue sky. Beautiful. It happens every single day. And it is so special. And then I come home and I'm surrounded by all of my things, and I feel comfort. I feel like I'm somewhere that represents me. So I think I'm here taking a bunch of stuff from like all of those micro aesthetics, like micro subcultures, and we call it a subculture because a culture is a big thing. So it's like all of those like ephemeral subcultures, they're not so ephemeral. They stay. They fucking stay. This is why some fucking trends from the 70s, 90s are coming back. They never left. They never left. Baby girl, they never left. It was all in us. History is living through us. We have history in our veins. I don't think they had microtrends back then though. But now we do. I think it is a beautiful thing, kind of. But also be mindful about it. I do think that if you're going to like thrift and all of that shit, you should have a solid sense of identity. And you should know what is beautiful to you. Because if you're thrifting for the trend of it, it defeats the purpose. Thrifting is punk. You should be cultivating your uniqueness. You shouldn't be looking for like whatever is not authentic to you. If polka dots are authentic to you, you and I both, we love a polka dot. Round things are holy. They're fucking holy. Round things are holy. Hold on. I have so many CDs. But look at my fucking lanterns. Round things are holy. Round things are holy. That is what I've always thought. Always. So it's a difficult thing to put into words. Like, I tried making this rambling fucking vlog 3-4 times now. Where the fuck is... Hold on. And here's the board, babe. Oh. Ah! Here's the board. Do you see what I mean? I feel like all of those things are very trendy right now. Very trendy. Like there's the Coach bags. Big right now. They're big. So I'm not above this shit. No one is. And I've been shown a lot of Japanese cream sodas on Instagram as well. But for like the past year, that has been, my thing. And you see like all of those fucking konbini shelves. Those are lists. Those are shrines. Those are museums. There's a bunch of trinkets and like creatures and shit. And like, what is this even? Yeah, it's a box. Look at the craftsmanship. It's beautiful. And all of those things do remind me of like mold in a petri dish, which is a gorgeous thing. Decay is beautiful. Oh, decay is gorgeous. And there is like visual references. I've got Tommy February 6th, big fashion icon. I've got Lady Miss Kier. I've got Gwen Stefani. I've got Björk. I've got I've got vintage lamps. I've got Beyonce in the 2000s. I've got galaxies of sea stars. I've got a bunch of mascots and shit. It's a bunch of things. And it's how unreal it all is that we live in this in a time that just transcends. It just transcends. All in all, though, you like beyond all of those things, you do have to have a strong sense of self, because if you don't, then your things will own you. Kind of like Myrna the Diamond said, if you aren't very careful, your possessions will possess you. TV taught me how to feel, not real life is no appeal. All of that. Good ass song, by the way. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We're very fortunate to be living in these times. And to have like the privilege of being our own individuals. That's what I'm embracing. In this sort of idiosyncratic way. My favorite word. Yeah. That's all I gotta say.